Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to see all your faces. Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday morning. My name is Jamiah Hargins. I'm the founder of CropSwapLA. And well, I'm excited to have you involved in our movement today because we have a number of announcements to share with you about our Urban Farming Institute.
Sang out of tune, would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. I get by
30 seconds short.
Okay. Oh, is it shorts vertical?
Oh, are they short? Oh, see.
One time I was like, I made a short and I freaking took it down because I think it was about to rain and I was trying to protect the caterpillars. You shouldn't be like.
Alright, cool, thanks. Oh, I would know. I teach farming.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool. Like,
I have like 1,700 videos I've been doing for like 15 years, almost a minute for college.
oh, that's so cool.
That's why
What's like your YouTube all for?
It's growing your greens.
Growing your greens. That's right.
That would be a fun video.
Gorilla Boogie Brewing.
Brew Boogie Brew. We compost tea at public park to have more fruit for next year.
Gorilla compost
Come
tea.
back in later. Come back like.
So all right, everybody, real kind of quick flash forward again. We're skipping a whole other day. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. But I'm actually, so now Sunday, which is actually what would be kind of almost the last day. I guess tomorrow really kind of is the last day. But I got a recommendation from Jamiah Hargins over at one of the projects I was working on the other day, and he said to come up to Franklin Canyon, the Franklin Canyon Reservoir, and there's some great trails up here and all of that too. So that's what I did. I've come up here to check that out today before I leave Los Angeles. So it'll be my last day in Los Angeles. But so I'm up here now. I've checked out this sign, but it's got this map here, and the trails are, there's not much detail to tell you exactly which trail's which and where you're going. And you know, there's trails just kind of all over. Little trailheads go in this direction, there's one that way, one that way. People are coming down from over here over this way, it goes up that way, and then around behind me too. And this is kind of the direction I've been seeing most people going, and I think is where the reservoir is. So that's what I'm gonna kind of do, is I'm gonna kind of head that way. I'm gonna see if I can find some people or maybe follow along and tag along and see, because I can't quite tell the difference. There are a lot of just interlocking trails, and this just kind of seems to be a place where a lot of them are kind of coming together. So, and obviously where the parking lot is, you know, so it makes sense. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head off this way, and I'm gonna check out where this goes, and yeah, we'll see what we see here, and hopefully it's a good trail. There always are, you know. It's great to get out to, like I said, new and different places. I just always want to check out new trails, you know. So I didn't get to do too much up at Griffith Park other than what we did the other day. But, you know, next time I come down, I'll try to get a little bit more of that done, because there's, again, a lot of trails up there as well, too. So, yeah, it's a nice wooded area. So right outside the city, right outside of Beverly Hills. So I was driving past a lot of really expensive homes, and, you know, it's got to be a real nice place. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we see. You know, I'll tell you, my legs are really feeling it right now this time of the trip, because I've been trying to do a lot of hiking and doing that sort of stuff as I normally do, you know, when I come down here. But yeah, it's that time of week where I can really feel it. Yesterday yesterday I did a bunch of hiking too, and also just a lot of walking around, similar with the Heirloom Expo and all of that, you know, lots of walking around with that. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Large group of people came up on me, but saw this little kind of alcove here. They can walk down these steps, and doesn't really view on anything, but we'll get back on the trail here, and yeah, just kind of talk about the yesterday that we missed. Because again, what I think what the issue is that's what I wanted to say. I think what the issue is that I'm not really getting to like put together really like vlogging footage necessarily, because I'm using my camera on the phone for other things and parts of the project. So I'm not really thinking of like bringing it out so that we can talk about what we're doing, or show or make clips, you know, of what we're doing. So so I think that's what the issue is, because I was using my phone camera for all the stuff I was doing yesterday. Plus I was helping our friend John Kohler from another YouTube channel, Growing Your Greens, film a video at Jamiah's place too. So I did one on Friday, and then I came back on Saturday because he had an event. That's yesterday. And during that event, I invited John to come out and check it out, and so John ended up doing a video with him as well too. So I helped him film that and do all that, and then after that, John and I got together with Wendi from our another friend from the exposition and YouTube. She's got a channel, Wendi Land, as well. And we got together and just kind of did a friends kind of get together and hike, you know. We went up to, what was it, Baldwin Hill, in order to, it's got a really great outlook and all of that across the city of Los Angeles. And yeah, so it was just kind of cool for us to get together as friends. I invited them. They were, you know, really awesome and wanted to do it. And other than some confusion on where we were gonna meet up, because we were all coming from different places, and I think John, he didn't have his phone or you know, a way to connect through the phone. So So yeah, so we were worried whether or not we were all going to be able to connect, but everything worked out really well, and we ended up connecting and being able to go and hike this really cool. It's just got some really great looks, like I said, and views and everything, but it also has this really tall stairway. And I think I got a picture I'll show you, and you can see it in the background there. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. But yeah, just just really intense. We went down it first and then went back up. It was quite the experience. I do hike plenty, and can handle some pretty good distances and all that, but this was just kind of a straight up and down thing, and the steps weren't like little steps you just take an easy step on. I mean, they were kind of, some of them you really had to stretch up in order to like get up on the steps. So but all in all, it was really fun. We ended up hiking up all around. We found this really cool area where they had all sorts of different types of fruiting trees, an herb garden, and all sorts of different things in this kind of like really kind of cool like nature reserve type area, which was really kind of cool. They had this little kind of hydroponics thing, and there was a guy there, and we ended up getting to talk to him about different things about the system and all of that and everything. So it was a really cool kind of experience, for all of us. We sat around and talked about all sorts of things because we're interested all in the same things, whether it's video creation or it's the actual gardening, you know what I mean? So we had lots of things to talk about, which is great. And just for me, really, again, kind of surreal in some sense, because for me, years ago anyways, I just followed these guys on YouTube myself, learning how to garden and how to put my stuff together and everything. But to be able to have created relationships with people in this same community in the way where they're like really friends, and it was a really kind of cool kind of friends get together and hiking experience where we got to see some cool stuff and get some exercise and really kind of reflect on the heirloom exposition after it was over. So it was just really great, really awesome day. So in some sense I was just kind of really involved with the experience more than really trying. I mean, I did, as you can tell, capture some of the experience and all of that, but as far as the whole day and everything, I didn't really do that. I obviously showing you already clips that of those sort of things that we got to do, but it was really great, really awesome. So let's continue on down here and see what we find up here in Franklin Canyon. Looks like they got another parking area or something up here. But it seems like that's the thing, is that they got, just seems like different trails coming from all over the place all the time. I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of people just going on this like road here, and I would love to venture out into some of these trails here, but I just don't know what I'm going to be getting myself into. Because I'm not really seeing anything really like a clearly defined trail. Oh, well, here's I think this is the upper reservoir here. So yeah, let's check this out. Okay, well, we'll just keep following this and see where it goes. It's heading right off this way, kind of off and around, so I don't know if, obviously I can hear people on the other side, so maybe this kind of loops around, maybe? Not sure. I'd like to be able to see this upper part here a little better. I guess all we can do is, or I wonder, actually, see, that's another thing, is I wonder if up where we started, it kind of goes still more the other way. It maybe takes you that direction. I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Without signs clearly telling you what trails are, or some sort of way to really know, I'm not sure. Look at all these palms shedding their palm fronds, the old ones. Yeah. Big old chunks, branches coming off the palm tree here. Yeah, most of them you see, they clean these off, and that's what you see. There's that, you know, all the way up the long pole. But if it's not maintained and it can hold on to it, that's the kind of what it looks like all the way down until it looks like it's right now it's starting to fall, or maybe something from above, maybe another branch from the tree above here or something, maybe fell into it or something. I don't know. And there are some other branches and stuff down there too, so that don't look like palm branches. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, to see a bunch of them all at once taken off there. But yeah, so this kind of just goes back up to where I was, as far as I can tell, because that's where I pulled off on that little side part of the trail, is right up that way. So I'm gonna go back. That's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna go back and see if that continues and goes back around, because that's got to be what's going on. Hopefully we'll figure it out. It is really nice down here though. Yeah, we'll get back down that road that we were walking. There must be, like I said, there's got to be a purpose, right? That's why I would say we should follow people that we see hiking around. And that's probably the best thing to be doing, really, because, I mean, you hope anyways that a lot of people are local and they know where they're going and what they're doing. And they were following up and down this kind of road path here. So maybe that's just probably the better route. They tried to take some of the little side stuff, but yeah, actually, you know, taking some of those sideways for just a little bit is probably a good thing too, because it was a nice little view. I just wonder what we're gonna see up around the way. So, all right, yeah, actually, that's a really good little kind of trail. Kind of goes all the way around the little pond there, which is perfect. Another nice little side trail off of this main trail. So I'm really kind of liking it, so far. So yeah, here we are. It looks like this is basically the viewpoint of the upper part of the reservoir. I don't know, we must have been out over there somewhere. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. So it's not really as big as I imagined, but it's definitely really a nice view. Really great place. Actually, it looks like they've got like a park ranger here and some sort of maybe a information center or something like that. I don't know if it's actually open or not. It is Sunday, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Nice little hike right up to the view there, but I kind of wonder if we could have gone down a little bit lower, but I think the trail goes just a little bit further down this way. So I'm gonna go see if maybe it walks around or something. Well, this is also another really nice viewpoint from the top of the reservoir. So, yeah. Again, surprises. We just keep on going, and seems to get nicer and nicer. I mean, other than, as you could tell, look, I mean, it's been overcast, and today it's been kind of like even misty. There's been I felt a little bit of mist here and there. But yeah, it's this is what it's been like actually for, I'm gonna say, most of the time when I was out at the Heirloom Exposition. It's kind of how it started early in the day out at Ventura Beach. But by like noon, 1 o'clock, all of that would kind of burn off, and then it would be just sunshine from there. But the last 2 days here in Los Angeles, since I've been back from the Heirloom Exposition, it's been like this. So, it's my whole idea, what I'm thinking on, looking forward to a trip down here is just full blue sky, sunshine, nice warm Los Angeles. But this has actually been kind of nice. I don't mind a nice warm day and hiking. It doesn't bother me too much, but it is pretty nice to just kind of be, not so overworked by the heat and all of that as well too. So it's it's been okay. It's been all right, not too bad, but again, not what I was actually thinking about or looking for. But still, all in all, the hikes and all the places that we've gone have been really nice. And I've got to do a couple of repeats. In fact, I did the Baldwin Hill yesterday, and then tomorrow actually later today, I'm thinking tomorrow, I'm gonna be out of here. But later today, I'm gonna go to Millard Falls. I'm gonna go try to, after this, we'll check out the Altadena Community Garden and see if on Sunday there's some people, working in the garden. It's a good day for it, I would suspect. So I'm hoping that that's what we'll find when we get there. And that's basically after we're done here hiking around. I'm gonna look around a little bit more and see what I can find. But after that's over, then we're gonna head over to the Altadena Community Garden and see what's there, see what's going on. If not much, or depending on how much time we spend there, then I'll probably go head up, because it's just right up the hill from there to that Millard Falls hike that we've done in the last time I was here, in the last travel vlog video we did for our trip to LA. But yeah, we'll have another trip up there. I'm hoping maybe the waterfall will be flowing a little bit more, but we'll see when we get there, right? Let's go check out some more here and see what we find. So it looks like we got another kind of, I wonder if that trail, if we had kept going up the one that we went down before, and it came to a little viewpoint, but then we walked around that way, I wonder if it would have just led to here. I bet you it would have. It would have led to here. We would have saw this and probably went, one of the different directions and all of that. So I suppose ultimately when we're looking at this whole place, is it doesn't matter. Just start walking in some direction and you're going to end up somewhere cool. You find your way around and it just loops around all over. So I'm sure that's where we were up at. I'm sure that's where we'll find the car, just right up there. And then kind of walk around here. It kind of goes down here. There's a little because this is whole Franklin Canyon, so there's canyons and stuff all going all through these hills here. So it seems like it kind of goes on. There's more trail down this way, and I've seen people walk in here up and down this so far as we've been going up. So Franklin Canyon Lake. Oh, well, it just says exit to Beverly Drive. But I don't know. I'm going to walk down a little bit, see maybe where there's a connection to the top of this trail that's right here, actually. And then, you know, we'll just kind of come back up, head on out after that and see what we can find over at that community garden. Oh yeah, no, that's just a little too risky for my business, that's for sure. But it's pretty cool. They got a cool little creek and stream running through there. Really nice. Again, yeah, I'm liking the kind of nature time, you know, all the sounds, all the, you know, all of the kind of aspects of all of just this, you know, beautiful green and all these cool trees that are just all over. I love it. I love it. You stand in a certain direction, it almost looks like a heart. That's pretty cool. So, all right, you know, I don't think it's actually the bottom or not. I'm not too sure. I just kind of remembered a little bit about right in this area is where I was wondering whether or not I should keep going forward. But they do kind of have this other trail that goes off somewhere else. It would be interesting, but I think at this point in time, I've spent enough time out here for this part of the day. It's time to get back to the car, head on over across town and go check out that community garden and hopefully give ourselves enough time a little bit later in the day to go to the Millard Falls. And then I've got one last thing to do in Los Angeles before I go, and it's something I've wanted to do on the last couple of trips I've done to visit, not all my last couple of trips to LA, but my last trips where I visited the urban homestead. I kind of, you know, the timing didn't work out with some of their other type of events that they have. And one of them is kind of a music night. They play music and it's just kind of a fun gathering there at their farm and their garden and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of a social event, which will be kind of really fun, you know, because it lined up this time and so I can make sure I get to go before I leave town. So that's what we're gonna kind of end the night with, and then I'm gonna start hitting the road. I'm gonna drive for a little while into the night, and then hopefully get myself somewhere. It'll probably be kind of late, but I'll get myself somewhere toward mid-California, hopefully by later on in the evening, and then from there I'm going to I'll stay over and then get up early and then start hitting the road, and that way I can do another visit. That's kind of the idea, is that I'm gonna do one more visit with someone tomorrow, make a video. They are a few hours from me, but if I left early here, the timing just wouldn't work out to where, you know, it'd be too late in the evening for me to be able to do any videos or any of that sort of stuff with them. So that's what we're gonna do for tomorrow. And then hopefully I'll get done with all of that with just enough time for me to be able to drive that last couple of hours and get home tomorrow evening somewhat, you know, not too late. You know, I'm hoping maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock maybe is what we're looking at. So hopefully it all works out. You know, if I've got the timing right, we'll see. You know, you never know what happens on the road either. I definitely know that lesson as well. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. But we're finishing up the trail. So yeah, so we've been walking the road mostly, and I bet you this is the trail that if we follow, it'll take us up to that other part at the top of the reservoir, and then we'll probably have to follow the road up a little bit more there to find the car. But yeah, this is pretty much like the roughest trail I've seen so far. So yeah, let's check this out, see where it goes. Yeah, I just heard something a second ago, and that just reminded me of the sign that we saw at the very beginning of the trail at the parking lot. It had a sign there warning about mountain lions. And it was just telling you that it's very rare for one to actually have an encounter, but if you do, to make yourself big and make your presence loud and all of that. So I thought it's probably a good idea, you know, I'll get on here on the video and actually talk so that my voice can be projected and animals can hear you and they don't want to encounter you. So, you know, if you make your presence well known in advance, they'll avoid you. At least that's what it says anyways, you know. So, but I hear there's a bunch of other people here around too, you know. So that's probably helping, making sure that they're not going to be right on the trail. So all right, just as I thought, that trail led us right back to where we were here at the top of that reservoir, and we're just gonna head right back up the road. And hopefully, you know, well, I'm pretty sure it's not too far, then we'll find the car. But overall, really cool little hike, you know. It's not big, long, and overwhelming or anything, which is what I kind of find common about most of the hikes. I know some of the networks, like some of these other trailheads that I've kind of avoided, could lead to longer and other trails that'll take you all through some of these hills and different trail systems here in this area, kind of just a bit north of Los Angeles, you know, just up above Hollywood and Beverly Hills, and then that goes over as you go east to Griffith Park there too, and then all of those sort of trails that interconnect and do all that, so you can kind of go all the way around and up through and connect with other trails and really spend a long time if you want to, or if you know the certain trails in particular you want to walk, you can just do those just individually, you know. But most of them are all really reasonable, only just take a little bit of time. So that's kind of what I was thinking when we came up here, and that's pretty much what it was. Oh yeah, that's another pretty good view here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice place up here. Really worth the time to do this first and kind of again check out new trails. I want to make sure I'm doing that, and I usually ask people I'm visiting if they recommend any around here, and this is the one that was recommended, so I wanted to make sure I got it done while we were here. And yeah, pretty glad I did. Well, this is a nice little picnic area here with another really kind of cool viewpoint of the reservoir. Just kind of had to hop over the fence there as I noticed it as I was passing by, but yeah, this is a cool little spot. So, all right, it looks like we got another stop here. I've got to check this out and see what it is. A nice little outdoor natural amphitheater. In fact, they got something kind of weird and creepy looking over here. I think we'll check that out real quick first, though, too. I just noticed that when I popped this video on and was looking at the camera this way. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but we'll check it out. I'm sure this is a lot cooler though when it comes down to it. But yeah, this trail has a whole bunch of really cool surprises. So yeah, we're not quite done yet. Almost there though. That's right, yeah, this is pretty creepy looking. Who knows, maybe at some point in time it was a pretty nice little structure maybe. But over time and wearing it out and it's just sitting here with some rusty rebar and wire holding it all together, but I don't know. Seems pretty solid though. All set for someone to sit there in a little campfire or whatever. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's go check out that amphitheater. I think that might be just right up this way, past this. Right on, right on. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Nice natural outdoor amphitheater. Natural stage. I'm sure some people might even set some things up or whatever, but yeah, you can fit a lot of people up in here actually for some shows. So, all right, yeah, this tree is right in the middle of the whole thing. But really, in the long run, I'm kind of jealous because it gets to see everything that goes on here all the time. So there's probably some pretty cool events, maybe some cool musicians, all that sort of stuff there. So, yeah, it's got the best seat in the house. All right, it seems that whatever that is, I don't know if it's much of any sort of nature center as much as it's just a little building that has, I think, maybe a little auditorium so they can have maybe some speakers and maybe do some education, some classes and things like that. That's probably what's going on there. And then they got the outdoor auditorium for anything that's kind of larger, more outdoor, maybe other sort of events and all that sort of stuff. But you know, and maybe, you know, again, a lot of this stuff here, I'm not from here, so maybe we're highlighting some naturals, you know, some native perennials and things like that. And again, too, maybe in other seasons, they're doing other things as well, too. But I don't see much more than just the, you know, the trails that are kind of going all around here. And then, you know, kind of a cool little building and wall and all that sort of stuff there. But I think I found the parking lot, so I think pretty much that's it. I think we're ready to head on out of here. All right, never-ending fun when it comes to this hike here, Franklin Canyon. It's really actually nice. I'm glad I got up here. And again, I think we really are at the end of the trail for this hike today. Sorry. So, all right, we're editing the video right now, and I just wanted to talk about what just happened there. In fact, let's take one more look at that. Sorry. So obviously that police officer turned right around and pulled me over. And at the moment I was really busy trying to get my information together and all of that. And I also have to turn off the video when I'm shooting on that side and then restart it again to flip it back the other way. And so in the midst of trying to get all that done and get my stuff together so I could give it to the police officer when they came up to the car, you know, I didn't get to film the actual interaction with the police officer. It was really simple. It was easy. You know, I just gave him my license, my information, you know, insurance, all of that sort of stuff. And I thought I remembered, and I didn't get to see it until I saw the video right now, but what I thought I remembered was I just kind of came forward and encroached. Now what happened before there, you seen really early on in the video, is that there's a car riding what I thought was just a little bit too far to the right, and there's no lines down the center of the right side of the drive. So I couldn't tell whether or not, I didn't see that it was actually 2 lanes. It didn't look wide enough for 2 lanes. It looked only wide enough for maybe 1.5 lanes. So I was kind of confused about the one car that was kind of driving along the side to one side. And I was driving down the middle because I thought, you know, that's what it was. There was cars parked on one side and it didn't look like there was room for two cars. So I'm trying to keep space and I'm driving down the middle. But then when I saw them pull up to that stop sign along next to the other car, I was like, wait a minute, I saw the two stop written on the ground there. And then I noticed, I'm like, wait a minute, it's two lanes. And then at that point, I'm in the middle and I want to move over to the lane that I need to go to. And so I'm thinking, and I don't know why in the process, because being confused about the lanes and all of that, pulling up to that stop, maybe my mind was thinking that it was a light. And so when they started moving in front of me, as I'm trying to adjust my car to the right lane, I'm thinking just keep going because I'm thinking maybe it's a light, not the four-way stop. But I immediately noticed, you know, and if you notice in the video, I immediately noticed, you could see the lines for the cross area there. And I barely even got up to those and even over them, if that, before I noticed and stopped myself. I was, you know, that was one of those stop myself, kind of back up a little bit. And by that time, the police officer who was intending to make the turn just kept going forward and obviously came around, turned around, you know, did a U-turn and came back after me and pulled me over. But what they did though, and this is the thing that they did do, and I know this for sure, and you don't get to see it on the camera there, but as they pull alongside me, he says, that's okay, and was waving me to go ahead and keep going forward through the intersection. Sorry. But I didn't need to go through this intersection. I just needed to back up just maybe a couple of feet, and they could have actually just made that turn, but they decided because I'd gone that far and encroached into the intersection that they were going to come up and do that. So they basically cited me for going through the intersection without stopping. But I did stop before I actually went into and entered the intersection. I went through the intersection because they told me to go ahead and come through. So I don't know. We'll see. I got to write up some things, you know, because this is for a court in Beverly Hills. So now I got to figure out how to deal with all of that. But I don't know. We'll figure it all out. But yeah.